Hey, what's up, guys? It's Max. Today is September 21st, 2015, and I'm officially 1 year and 6 months on testosterone. Alright, so I'm going to go over some updates. Um, a lot of these are basically just the past few months, like maybe the past 3 to 5 months, something like that. So first, physical changes. More facial hair, obviously, like that's coming in at least better than it has been. It's like trying to fill out, and it's like definitely noticeable and helps me pass a lot. Um, Body hair in general, like on my stomach, is coming in more. My shoulders are definitely wider, and I notice are like filling out my shirts better. Um, I still have acne and like really oily skin. I don't know if that's just because it's the like beginning of like puberty or like if that'll last. So I don't know. We'll see. um, Also, since I started T, I have grown an inch. I was 5'2" when I was pre-T, and I'm now 5'3". Um, and that doesn't happen to everyone. It may be related. I don't know if I've said this before, but it may be related to my scoliosis that I think I like my back may have straightened out a bit. So whatever, I've grown an inch, so I'm happy about that. And my feet are also slightly larger. Um, Not really like a whole like shoe size bigger, but like enough so that like my shoes don't really fit right anymore. So, but whatever. Um, my hips are continuing to shrink, so I'm still getting more of like the straight like body shape. Um, yeah. My face structure, I think, is continuing to change, at least like since the beginning. Yeah. My voice, I have like a lot of these things. It's like harder to notice as like you get more used to it. So I think my voice has continued to change, and I did just make another video showing voice change. I don't notice it as much anymore, I guess, but I think it has still been deepening, um, which is good. Yeah, so those are it for the physical changes. There's other things I'm just probably used to at this point, like more leg hair and stuff like that. Um, yeah. So then a few social changes. I pass basically 100% of the time now. Um, and I know like that's to some people that's not like a big deal. To some people it is. Um, I feel a lot more comfortable now that I am being read as male. Um, that was a big worry of mine. Even at like a year on T, so like 6 months ago, I still was only passing some of the time. So I'm just really happy that like that's not an issue anymore. Because and that leads to my next point. Because of public restrooms for one thing. That now that I pass basically 100% of the time, I am totally comfortable using men's public restrooms, which is a really big change and makes life so much easier. So I'm very privileged that I'm able to pass and be seen as male. I know I don't need to worry about anything because like I pass, and especially like the facial hair definitely really helps, and like my voice is lower, and just all this has given me like so much more confidence, and also like it's physically like nice to be able to like go to the bathroom and not have to like hold it, because some people do have to do that if they don't pass or don't feel safe. So I'm privileged to be able to use the bathroom, so that's nice. um, and that's not something everyone has to think about. So yeah. My next thing on my list of social updates is that I now have male privilege. Um, and this is something I think a lot of other trans guys kind of hit on like the subject, but don't really call it what it is. That I am being treated differently and treated better in a lot of ways because I am being read as a male. Um, so, for example, I have the same, sorts of ideas and things to say that I did before I began T, but now since I'm read as male, people listen to my opinions more. Um, so just all these like stereotypically like sexist and misogynistic things that happen like every day, I'm experiencing from the other end, which is really interesting. So people listen to me more, and like put more value on my opinion and what I say, since I'm seen as a man. Um, so just like noticing these things from the other side now is very interesting, um, and it's a personal goal of mine to make sure that I stay aware of these things throughout my life and like don't become misogynistic, because like women should be treated equally, but also because I have experienced what it's like to be on the other side, and now I feel safe walking alone at night. Like that is not something I felt that I could do before. And so male privilege has definitely become a thing, and I'm trying to use it my best to um, help others who don't have the privilege, and to help like lift up their voices, especially since I'm read as like a white man, probably read as heterosexual, as cis. So that's a lot of privileges, and I'm just trying my best to help um, uplift the voices of others. So that's going to be a continual thing that I hope to do throughout my life. Yeah, so just male privilege, I'll probably update more on that in future videos too. Okay, general life updates. I'm now a senior in college, which is awesome. I'm hoping to be able to graduate in May of this coming year, so May 2016. Um, I got my first suit. It was so exciting. Wow. I went with mom and grandma. I had never like gone suit shopping before, so like I didn't even really know what like to expect. So like we went into a few different stores, and the people who worked there, like measured me and helped like find the correct um, size like suit, like jacket and pants and everything. And what was really amazing is that I was gendered correctly 100% of the time, both by mom and grandma and by the people who worked there. And that felt so cool, and it was just so exciting, and it was really nice that my mom and grandma were there and that we experienced that together. Um, and it was just really affirming of my identity, and it felt really good. It also was interesting, like shopping for men's clothing, like as a male, and shop is so different from shopping for female clothing as a female. Like female clothing, like clothing isn't really gendered, but our society views it as such. So, like when you're like trying on a dress, like you've like, for me, like I always felt a lot of judgment, like especially like sizes matter so much. Like in women's clothing, like a 0 or 2 or 4, like people like often place their value as a person on like the number that's on their clothing, and that is really stressful and like can be really like psychologically harmful for women. And so that was always a struggle when I identified as a woman and had to try on dresses and stuff. And I feel like all women experience that to at least some extent. So another aspect of what was so amazing about trying on a suit is that there was no judgment based on the number, like in the jacket or the pants. Like it wasn't like, oh, like I should try to like squeeze into like a tighter one, or like does this make me like look a certain way. It was really just, okay, like this jacket fits because like it fits my shoulders and everything. So like that also made it so much less stressful, because like yes, like men are supposed to like look a certain way and everything, like like are supposed to like look fit and stuff, but it's still so much more relaxed for men and for men's attire. And that like I can just wear like the same suit like for like multiple different occasions and just like change my shirt, and like that's it. So that obviously is like wonderful. For me at least, like I never enjoyed wearing dresses or anything really. Especially because like I used to like try to like pull at it to make sure it was like covering everything. So I just feel so much more at ease now. And so I wore my suit for the first time at a family event a week or two ago, and it just felt wonderful. um, yeah, so which leads me to my next point. I saw all of my extended family um, just 2 weeks ago. I had seen, like some, like since I started T or like more recently. But there were some cousins, like second cousins, who I hadn't seen literally for 10 years. So I obviously look and sound quite different. Um, and so I was really nervous and was like kind of like preparing like what I was going to say if people like made comments or like asked invasive questions. And luckily, all my experiences with my family and extended family has been absolutely amazing. And I credit that in part to my family all being really wonderful people who are very accepting and supportive as best as they can be for all whatever comes up with people in the family. But also a really large bit of it has been my mom and grandma and their support, but also they both of them, I believe, have made sure that I don't have to deal with coming out to family, which has been so stress relieving that I don't even have to like talk about it or answer questions really. So both mom and grandma contacted all of the rest of the family, just like whenever they were on the phone and talking, whatever. I guess they just mentioned it at some point and just explained my new name and preferred pronouns, and that I look and sound different now. And so when I got to this family event, not a single person was surprised, or like, why do you look and sound this way? Like, what are you doing? Um, and automatically, every single family member called me my preferred name and my preferred pronouns. And um, the most that it was mentioned was just to say that I look good and look happy and like asking if I am happy now. And I am so thankful and so privileged because, like, I know a lot of people, like trans people, trans youth especially, struggle with family acceptance. And so I am definitely very thankful that my family has been amazing and has been, like, in one of the things I haven't had to worry about, except at the very beginning. But um, my family has been absolutely amazing. And that really helps. Okay, last few things since it's getting long. I got a new picture on my license, finally. My last picture had been taken when I was like a junior or senior in high school. So it was like from like 2010 or 2011, something like that. But anyway, so I still had a ponytail in my license picture. So like it was pretty old. I I use my license like the most when I'm going to the airport, trying to get through security, and they were slowly like believing less and less that the picture was me, which caused like distress to me, and also um, started like almost causing issues. Like they would take a while looking at it and like looking at me. Um, so it's just a relief to have the new picture on my license. It also like goes horizontally now, since I'm over 21, so I feel all like mature and adult-like. But yeah, so that's really cool. I'll put that picture comparison in somewhere around here when I'm done talking about this. So my next goal is to get my name legally changed. I'm hoping to like get this done, or at least like moving, like getting like started and everything like before the end of the year. So that's my next thing. So I think that is it for now. Yeah. So thanks for watching. Thanks if you made it this far into this very long video. And there will be a video coming up soon of my singing voice, 1.5 years on hormones now. So yeah, see y'all later. Have a good week.